This is Time Signatures with Jim Ervin, a podcast and radio program presented by the Capital Area Blues Society in Lansing, Michigan.
Driving up and down these Michigan roads, yeah.
And now, here he is, your host, Jim Ervin.
Baby, I'm home.
Well, hello there, everyone, and thank you, Parker. I'm Jim Ervin, and this is Time Signatures. In less than 1 week, Memphis, Tennessee's Beale Street will be abuzz with activity during the annual International Blues Challenge. Among the many events taking place along Beale, if you wander down to the storied Alfred's on Beale on January 15th between 11:30 and 4 p.m., you can catch the 20th annual 2026 Women in Blues Showcase. Time Signatures is proud to be among the sponsors for this year's event. And joining me today for a bit of a chat about all the fun that's slated to take place next week is the National Women in Blues founder and chief bottle washer. That's her title, not mine, Michele Seidman. But we're also welcoming three showcase performers, Tina Cossey, the MC and headliner, Shaun Booker, and Mari Mack Tamburo. Ladies, welcome to Time Signatures. And by the way, let me just warn all of you watching, we have 4 of these very special episodes that are going to be airing between now and Friday of this week. So you're going to be hearing from all of the performers in the process. So how's that? Welcome, everybody.
Awesome. Good morning, afternoon. Yeah, that afternoon.
Good morning, afternoon. There you go.
Good morning.
So let's get Michele in here briefly because, you know, after all, she's the Women in Blues board and, you know, the volunteers, they've worked diligently to put this together. And believe me, it is an event to behold. Michele, you're about to celebrate the 20th Women in Blues Showcase. That's some milestone, girl, but where did it all begin?
Technically, it's our 20th year, not our 20th showcase. We didn't go to Memphis till 2013.
Okay.
The first festival was staged in Wilmington, North Carolina in 2006. And it started because I went to a very large event that had 55 bands on 4 stages and only 4 women. And I was trying to find female mentors, you know, women I could watch and learn from.
Right.
And I was a little saddened. There's some other words I could use, but I'm going to stick with saddened.
Underwhelmed.
I came home and I had already booked a club for something else that wasn't going to happen. And I thought to myself, I've got 6 weeks. Can I do this? And I had met some amazing women while I was out at this other event and knew some other women. And I brought in Michelle Lundeen, the Queen of Steam from California, to headline. We had the Grit Pixies. We had Valerie June. She was just starting out back then. We had our local grandmother of the blues, Rose Lucas, and her husband, Charlie, were there.
Nice.
And we staged it and started a movement.
Great.
And the rest is history. Look at what you've done. How amazing. You and your team.
Amazing.
Look what you've all done.
There are a lot of people who've supported me. Trust me, I don't think I would have lasted this 20 years without some of the amazing people that have been around me.
Understood.
Yeah.
Now, before we move forward, we have to take a moment to recognize that this year's event is dedicated to the memory of Kyle Deibler, the man you lovingly referred to as the chairman of the board. Now, Michele, talk about Kyle for just a moment, would you please?
Kyle was officially the chairman of the board, actually. I first met Kyle when I was still performing and my band played at IBC. I was walking down the street late on Thursday night, and I saw this tall man with a smile on his face that said, "Hey, have you heard anything about, who made it through?" And we started talking. So the next night we hung out for a little bit and we became buddies. And he actually flew in 2007 to help MC the second National Women in Blues Festival. And it was on like Donkey Kong from there. Even when I went through a bunch of medical stuff, that man, and I went through some really bad medical stuff. I spent several years just completely shut down. Kyle would call me every night at 10 o'clock without fail and talk to me and listen to me cry and scream and whatever else. And I knew that I had one of the best friends in the world. And it's interesting because almost everybody who knew Kyle would say they were best friends because that was Kyle. And Kyle loved the blues world. And It was Kyle was the reason we went to Memphis in 2013. Actually, at the end of 2012, he goes, "Hey, Michele, if I buy you a plane ticket to go to Memphis, do you think you can stage something during IBC week with women?" And I went, "I think I can." And he got me the ticket. We posted about it, and within 2 days, I had a plethora of women, and we staged Women in Blues Jam. And we had just amazing talent. You had everyone from
Yeah.
Cassie Taylor and Teenie Tucker and I can't remember. Shaun Murphy was at the MC of the first one, or the second one. Teenie did one year, Shaun did another. It was just incredible. And the number of women that showed up and the number of women who were involved just sort of solidified the idea that women were looking for these outlets, and that women, they wanted more. They wanted more
Right.
stage time. They wanted to be treated at the same level that all the men were. And we actually had some great guys that, got behind us. That first year, I want to say Victor Wainwright's like, "Here's my keyboard,"
Wow.
Sonny Rock, "Here's the drum, here's my drums," Taz Crew. These guys all jumped in.
Sure.
Tim Wadowitz crawled on the floor underneath the stage at the Center for Southern Folklore because there was a problem with the sound, and he just crawled under there and started fixing it. He was with, was it Carlene Perkins? I believe. Yeah, I think it was Carlene. It was just amazing. So not only were the women there in abundance, the men were there going, "Yeah, how can we help?" Which to me was pretty exciting,
Right. Right. Now, of course, you have an incredible list of sponsors helping with the heavy lifting. Care to talk about them as well?
Yeah, well, one of our sponsors is Terry Robbins of Crystal Vision Stained Glass. And Terry was actually, like Kyle, one of the very first people to come and say, "What do you need?" And she was by my side. She would make posters. She would help run the events, whatever needed to be done. She donates. She just looks after, and she's another one who would let me cry and vent, which, it always helps to have some people like that in your life. When we started going to Memphis a couple years in, Mick Colassa and Endless Blues Records said, "Hey, what
Uncle
can we
Mick,
do to
yeah.
help?" And he was one of our title sponsors for several years. He's sponsoring this year too. That I'm excited that Lynn Orman with Women of Blues Coast to Coast, she's
Yep.
involved with us this year, helped us out. We also have individuals like Patron Queen Nancy Gaylord and her husband Eric Gaylord, and Mary Certain. It's really kind of neat, the people that are involved. Then on top of it, we've got you're one of our supporters, Memphis Blues
Thank you.
Society. Mark Caldwell, he's helped us every single year, and we're very fortunate for that. And of course, we love the folks at Alfred's, which is really great. And I also had to give a little special thanks this year because I couldn't find a picture of Kyle for the poster that wasn't just me. So Sarah Negri, I always worry if I say her last name right, because she's Italian, so I'm not sure, Negri or but Sarah got me all the photos that I needed, so I'd have some for the video and for the poster.
Wonderful.
So it's amazing the number of people that support and help, and then they show up. And Bello is going to be coming to help. Blues woman Bridget Purdy is going to be stage managing. Chantal from, oh goodness, I'm blanking on the band name. Her band's in IBC. She was our alternate this year. Even though she's not going to be on the stage, she's coming to help with getting the posters signed, and so she can network with the other women. It's exciting.
Very nice. Now, I can imagine that this has become an in-demand event for the week of the IBC. How do you choose the ladies that are going to join you for each showcase?
We do it by lottery.
Okay.
We started doing that after the first 3 years, because the first year it was like 48 hours. I had more than enough women. And the second year it was in 24 hours. The third year it was like 2 hours. And it was like, oh, wow, okay. And some of them were the same ones from previous years, which part of me didn't mind. But at the same time, I felt like, wow, it's not giving other women a chance. And part of why I call myself the chief bottle washer and not the president, even though I am, is that I believe absolute power corrupts absolutely. And they've even proven
Yes,
that
ma'am.
having absolute
Yes,
power
ma'am.
messes with your brain. So I don't want that. So I suggested to my, my supporters then, before we had our board and became a 501, I said, why don't we do a lottery? And we post it for 7 days and let women enter. That way, more women have a chance, and we take out politics.
How
We
cool.
take out favoritism.
Yes.
And we make it a more fair situation. And it's worked. And I think, I could be wrong, although, like, for instance, I know Mary submitted year after year after year and didn't get chosen. This year she did, right? So I'm sure that there's some women who've submitted many years and never gotten chosen and don't feel good about it. But if it means anything, I don't feel good about that either. Because I have favorites that I'd love to have play who haven't. I've had some who have and others who haven't. But to me, this was the best way to make sure that everyone had a level playing field, which is part of our mission anyway, to level the playing field for female blues artists.
Very cool. All right, it's time to get the illustrious featured artist and MC Shaun Booker in here. Shaun, welcome. You've got some big duties. You've got some big duties to fulfill for the showcase. So give us a taste. What kind of fun do you have plans for those in attendance?
Well, so the thing is, I have my set, and I'm excited because since I was in my 20s, and I had my first professional band when I was 14. I had an old chaperone that would say, "Baby, it's your number," and she'd push me out there. And then when my songs were done, I'd have to go back and sit in the green room so them old men's didn't mess with me. But since my 20s, I've always wanted to have an all women's band. And it's really hard. And I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. And once I quit trying, Michele, this program is bringing me an all women's ensemble, and I am over the moon about it. I really am. I don't have to play with the politics and all the other BS. And then all these women that I get to introduce, that they get their time on the stage because, yeah, it's a man's world, but it's nothing without a woman or a girl. It still is hard to compete side by side with them. And now we got our own room, and I just can't wait to sing their praises along with my own. So that's what I'm going to do.
There you go. Now, Shaun, have you been a previous performer at the showcase?
Absolutely. I was a finalist in 2024.
Okay.
And I've
But
been
I
to the
mean,
IBC.
have you performed at the women's showcase before?
No, I have not.
Okay, so this is a big deal, man. What does this honor mean to you personally?
It's everything to me. I mean, I love the whole IBC thing and with the dudes, but this is with the women. By the time men get the blues, women's already had them. So I just can't wait to showcase those very things. We can do everything they can do, but we get a bad name when we do what they do. This way, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes,
Except
I do.
I leave footprints in the snow when I try to write my name.
See, there it is. That's my girl.
Oh, I wish I had my rim shot here. Do a little boom, boom.
You better believe it. Yes. So I'm just really, really happy to finally have an all-women's band and to be able to introduce the community to all these other women like me, because we've been out here as long as they have. It's time for the cream to float to the top.
Yes, ma'am. All right, ladies, let's toss out some quick hits to all of you. I want to get your input. I hope that sounds fun to you. And here we go. Tina, it looks like you're also going to be competing in the IBC this year. So what does it mean to you to be doing kind of a double duty?
Excited. The more that I can get out there and people hear my voice, the more platform I have to change some things in this world. So that makes me very excited.
Absolutely. Hey. How long have you been trying to get into the showcase? How many times did you enter?
Well, I was in the IBC in 2023. I was a semifinalist. I tried then. Okay. And so it's been a couple times, it's been a couple times. I'm very excited. And, sometimes women can be catty with each other. And I will tell you, I'm also a hairstylist, so I can tell you a lot of stories.
Spill the tea, girl.
Hairdressers know everything.
They know everything. A lot of songs from doing hair. So what's really cool about this is every woman that I've encountered in this Women in Blues have been overly friendly, have reached out. They've just been great. And so it's like, you kind of feel like you're part of a family where you don't have to always watch your back, And it's beautiful. I mean, all of them. It's just great leaders and mentorship within it and lots of learning and networking. So Honestly, I'm more excited about performing for Women in Blues than I am competing, because it's huge to me. It is huge, and they're so great. You know, they're amazing to show you things, because there's things I don't know that Michele, you know, that they've already walked those roads. They can prepare
Yes.
me, and I think that's wonderful. You know.
You know, there's a great song in what you just said, cutting hair and spilling tea. I wonder who's going to write that song.
But
I'm
we'll
good.
do
I
it
wonder
together.
who's going to wonder
Let's
who's
do
going to
it.
write that song, girls. Come on.
Yeah.
Cutting hair
Let's
and
get it
spilling
going. That'll be the
tea.
finale.
Oh, we'll do
Yeah.
it in yeah, there we go.
Yeah. It's good.
All right. Time to bring Mari in here. It looks like you're not competing at the IBC, so you get to put 110% into the showcase. But talk about that opportunity. Now, we just heard that you tried to get in multiple times. How many years did you put in for it before you finally got in on the lottery?
I lost count. A lot. It was a lot.
Okay.
Like every year, and as soon as I found out about it, I put my name in the queue. Pardon, I have a cold right now. Hopefully,
No, it's okay. I hope
It's
you're
gonna be
feeling better
gone
in
by-
time for the IBC.
by the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was a lot of years. I've been singing professionally my whole life, and today's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah,
That's
Woo.
exciting.
This
I'm
is cool.
eligible for Medicare now. So,
Oh, you got it. Yay.
yeah,
Y'all are on fire.
pretty
awesome.
exciting. Exciting
Mari,
stuff.
where are you in the country?
Right now, I'm in San Rafael, California, San Francisco Bay Area. Just
Oh,
up
really?
there.
Okay.
Yeah, over
And
the
Tina,
Golden Gate
where are
Bridge.
you?
I'm in Arkansas.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah.
She didn't say that right. It's supposed to be said Arkansas.
I'm in
She's in
Arkansas.
There you go.
Well, she got a short
Mari,
ride.
Mari, with this honor being bestowed upon you this year, what does this opportunity mean to you personally?
Oh, I'm so excited, and just like Shaun, I've been wanting to have an all-girl band for the longest time because of, it seems more equal.
Right.
And,
Now, it's my understanding the backup band is going to back everybody up for that event.
No,
No.
the backup band will be backing up Shaun and some of our bands that are from out of IBC who won't
Okay.
have their own bands coming
Right.
with them. They'll
Gotcha.
be backing them up as well, and it is all female. So
Okay. Now, just by a quick show of hands, I'm going to look over here. How many of you have competed in the IBC previously? Raise your hand. Okay. This question is for you, and I'm going to start with Tina, and I'm going to work my way around. What kind of advice do you have for somebody that's competing this year, maybe for the first time? What kind of advice do you have for them? Tina?
Network, network, network. That's the biggest tool that you can use there. You're going to meet so many people from all around the world, and bring cards. Just network as much as you can, because that's what it's about. And you never know who you're going to meet,
Yep. And anybody in this group that has a CD, get a copy to Sonny Blue's husband, Nick, to get back to me. I would love to have you on. I want you all to know that from this day forward, anytime you have an album to promote, a tour to promote, you reach out to me and we will get you on. I promise you
Good.
that.
Thank you.
Okay. And you can ask Michele. I am dedicated to getting the women in the blues on my program. If you go and you look at what I've done over the last year and what we're doing this season, starting the middle of January, we kick off on the, I think it's the 13th of January, which is during IBC week.
Sure.
We're actually kicking off, but we've got a bunch of women coming up, and I'm not shy about bringing women on, because as far as I'm concerned, you're every bit as good as the guys, period.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Okay. All right, Shaun, let's get your input here. What advice do you have for somebody that's going to be competing?
So I think the one thing that I didn't do, when I got to the finals, I had a bad night, and that story is going to come out, what happened to me. So I couldn't turn my own internal fire on like I wanted to. I felt like and it was dark in the theater. That was kind of weird too. The thing of it is, I did my songs, I did my show, but I didn't put my heart out there. I did not full blown Shaun Booker, damn it, and reel him in. And that was a whole nother thing. The thing is, be yourself. Period. Be yourself. Tell your story. Sing your song. That's it. I think that's just it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. How about you, Michele? Input, what advice?
Yeah, it's funny because, I've been in IBC as a performer. I've also been a timekeeper. I've also been a judge. So I've seen it from multiple angles. And it's the main thing, because I can't tell you so much about the finals. That's more of a Shaun thing. But in the in the quarterfinals, the main thing is I don't care if that stage is postage stamp size. Right. Play it like you're on the biggest stage you've ever been on, and you're singing to the back of the house, and you're giving everybody all your fire, like Shaun was talking about, because that will get you through. And Tina makes a great point too about the networking, because, for instance, my band, we had to play with a drum track. Long story, we'll get into another day, but we knew we'd never make it past the quarterfinals. However, I walked around handing out cards. I even made these little booklets that were the size of greeting cards and put them in greeting card envelopes with our CD and our card. And I was handing them out left and right. And we got so much radio airplay out of that. We got more gigs. We started playing in several states and instead of just our region. We even had a big name person send me a song they wanted me to record that I refused because it was tacky as all get out. And they thought because I sang a song called Ain't Got Paid, Ain't Got Laid, that I would do their tacky song. And I told them mine went to the edge, yours jumped over it, not happening.
That's my idol. I love that girl.
But the point being, the networking, not even the stage time, being off the stage, walking around the streets, people asking you questions, handing out stuff. Going and finding the managers of different clubs. I literally went over to BB's and managed to find the manager, got back in his office and handed him, my packet. Did the same, went down a couple of days later to Ground Zero, did the same thing. They were calling me going, oh, we didn't know all of that about you, because I didn't get too pushy. I just was like, here you go. And it was kind of exciting because it helped so much with so many things we were doing, the recognition, the amount of, we started upping our pay at gigs. Yeah. And a lot of that came from being at IBC and making that network, because what the Blues Foundation has built is one of the biggest and baddest blues networks anywhere in the world. Really? So if you're in this particular world and genre, going to IBC, even if you're not in it, because I went the following year and did even more networking when I didn't have my band with me. So, like for instance, Mari coming. This is great networking, hopefully, for Mari, because
indeed
she can meet a ton of people that otherwise are all over the country or all over the world. And that's, I think, the neat part about it.
Wonderful. And by the way, I wanted to tell you, for those of you that bring CDs and give them to Nick Coco for me, I will buy them. I believe in supporting our musicians. I know that it takes about 5,000 downloads to equal the $20 money that you would get from a single CD purchase. And I'm all about supporting musicians. So I will get you paid. I will be a supporter. I've got almost 1,400 CDs over here across the room for me, ladies. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm honest as the day is long when it comes to this. I support the musicians. And anytime you have a new album or something to promote, you get in touch with Michele or me. We will get you on. Okay?
Yes, how's that? Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. Yes.
All right. All right, ladies. I'm going to give you each an opportunity to talk about your website and your social media information. Michele, I want to start with you real quick.
NationalWomenInBlues.com.
And by the way, we are going to put all of the links up in the information section of this episode. Shaun,
YouTube,
over to you.
Oh, and by the way, YouTube, National Women in Blues, Instagram, National Women in Blues.
All right, we'll get those. Shaun?
I have ShaunBookerDammit.com, ShaunBookerDammit.com. It's my website. It takes you to my schedule, past pictures, all that. So you can find me. If even if you spell my name wrong, you can find me. I'm findable.
All you got to do is look up Damn It. You'll find her.
Damn it, you'll find me. Yep, there you go.
All right, Tina, over to you, girl.
Hey, okay, so I actually have a couple. I have TinaCosseyBand.com.
Okay.
On all the socials, it's Tina Cossey or Tina Cossey Band. I do a lot more with Tina Cossey. So if you find me, add me. I'll follow you back. I would love to keep in touch
I
with
want
you
to do that
ladies.
with everybody here today, please. Let's link up.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Yes. Great idea.
And do me a favor, when we get done recording this episode, go to your private chat and tell them how much fun you had so the ladies don't get worried about coming on, because we're going to have a good
Absolutely.
time. We're just,
Yes.
every single one of these are going to be treated like they're individual. We are going to have a blast. I promise you. All right, Mary, first of all.
I'm so sorry. Also, I'm on YouTube and all of the platforms like Spotify and Pandora. I had an album come out last year. My first, by the way.
Oh,
Hey, good for
I
you,
was very
girl.
excited. Thank
Congrats.
you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
get a copy to Nick. I'll have you on. We'll talk about it.
I will.
All right.
Thank you.
Very cool. Mary, how about you? Let's get your information.
Okay, I have my music website's marimackmusic.com, and that's Mary with an I, which confuses some people, but that's
It confused me, yeah. All right.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. And I just want to say to Mary, since you're competing, you're the one competing in this group. I wish
Tina's
you all
competing. I'm
Tina,
not competing. Tina's
I'm
competing.
sorry. My apologies. Tina, I want to wish you all the best in your
Thank
endeavor.
You.
And
Thank you so much.
Just bring it home, girl. Just go have a good time. And my advice to you, as I give to anybody that I talk to, because when I'm in a crowd, I lock eyes with people and I make connections throughout the room. Okay.
That's right.
Yes.
If you do that enough and the people are further back, the people in front of them are going to think you're looking to them and connecting with them.
Okay.
It's an old school PR
It's an old trick. Yay.
It works. You don't have to pretend they're naked. Just make eye contact with individual people. I mean, if you want to pretend they're naked, that's up to you. All right, ladies, I want to thank each of you. I promised you half an hour and we're going to get out of here. I want to thank each of you for taking time to join me today on Time Signatures. Michele Seidman, Shaun Booker, Tina Cossey, and Mari Mack Tamburo. I wish you all the very best next week in Memphis. Bring your best to the stage for the Women in Blues Showcase, and I'm looking forward to great reports, photos, and videos from Beale Street ladies. Please stick around while I tie the ribbons on this episode, if you would. And as we conclude this edition of Time Signatures, please allow me to tell you about the National Women in Blues. This is an organization that supports, edifies, mentors, and promotes female blues artists, and it was created in 2006 after founder and chief bottle washer, that's her title, Michele Seidman, attended a large, well-known blues festival, and of the 55 acts on 4 stages, she noted that there were only 4 female artists on the docket to perform. Fast forward nearly 20 years later, the National Women in Blues is making its mark with their annual Women in Blues Showcase in Memphis during the IBC. They are also sponsoring other showcase events around the country and Women in Blues seminars. Please visit nationalwomeninblues.com today and make a donation in any amount to support this worthwhile cause, won't you? And as always, thank you so much for your consideration. And that wraps up this edition of Time Signatures. Once again, my thanks to our guests, Michele Seidman, Shaun Booker, Tina Cossey, and Mari Mack Tamburo, but also to you, for without you, none of this would be possible. Jim Ervin reminding you, keeping the blues alive is everyone's responsibility, but preserving the history of the blues, one story at a time, that's my mission. Until next time, so long, everybody.
This has been Time Signatures with Jim Ervin, presented by the Capital Area Blues Society in Lansing, Michigan. For more information on cabs, visit capitalareablues.org. You can find this episode and past episodes at lccconnect.org. The Time Signatures theme song, Michigan Roads, is used by permission and was written by Root Doctor, featuring Freddie Cunningham.
You know I'm trying, baby, driving up and down these Michigan roads, yeah.
Until next time, keep on keeping the blues alive.